Hello there. For those of you who have read my book, then you're going to be familiar with a lot of things I'm going to discuss in this video because you've read the book. For those of you who have not read this amazing book, then the more reason why you should get it is this video. But watch it, a lot of tips I'm going to discuss here are inside this life-changing book that has the highest reviews any Nigerian book has ever gotten. So today's video is the costly mistakes that keep you trapped in situationships. Fix these mistakes and men will be dying to commit with you. Let's dive right in. You meet a guy, he's very charismatic and he woos you with the way he's attentive, pays attention to detail, classic Yoruba demon weapon. And with everything he does, you start to assume that there's a relationship and there's a clear commitment. But what he's doing is he's acting a movie, he's acting film. And you two, you're beginning to act like girlfriend. But the main thing is that there has been no words. I know that in life, they will tell you that actions speak louder than words. But you see, in dating, it is words speak louder than actions, because a guy can treat you right. He can pay attention to you. He can check you up on you, call you when you're at work. And then when you say, oh, what are we doing? He will tell you, I don't know what we are doing. And you'll not be like, but you did this, but you did this. You see, what happens to women is that you start to frame the guy like he's a fellow woman. You'll be like, oh, if it was me, for me to be calling somebody this much, for me to be showing this much care, I can only do this for somebody I love. But for the guy, he can do that for somebody he wants to knock. So if his words don't match and you go assuming, then you're going to enter something that is not defined. And you're going to start, thinking, what's going on here? Because of that, you move into the whole vibe, assuming the position of girlfriend, but at the back of your mind, you're like, we haven't really said this. So if you let actions deceive you without words to back it up, that this is what I'm intending to do, then you're going to end up in a situationship. And if you get out of that situationship and you approach the next guy also, you're going, because think about it. If a guy is a F-boy and he just wants to get between your legs, what's he going to do? He's going to be nice. He won't just come and say, I want to get between your legs. He's going to play nice, but he will not commit himself, and you cannot hold him to words that he does not say. You see, men fake love to get sex. I will define the last point. But women give sex to get love. You start to think, okay, maybe if I just allow him to chop this thing, then we'll be fine. I've gone to his house so many times. We sit down, we're watching a movie, and then if I don't let him do, he'll be upset and everything. You now think, okay, let me give him the sex, and maybe this will hold him down. But little did you know that why would he bother buying the cow if he's getting the milk for free? If he buys the cow, he still needs to take the cow to vet, clean up after the cow, feed the cow, and just because he wants milk. But now you're already giving milk. Why you can't buy a cow? Do you understand? Get the logic. It's simple. So thinking you can use sex to hold a man down, even if you like, do snake in the monkey shadow, Spider-Man in the helicopter style, he's only going to want you as quick as the next orgasm go. Have you not realized that it's only when he hasn't heard you in like a week, or sometimes only when he wants to say, what are you wearing now? Send me a picture. That's when the conversations flow. When you want to talk about basic life things, the conversation will not flow, because you are only sex. Sorry, I don't want to say something bad. But you need to, realize that you cannot give boyfriend benefits to him if he's actually not being one. You cannot give him the benefits of a boyfriend without the responsibility of actually being one. So you need to take a step back and understand that sex is not going to win this guy's heart. You have to have the conversation. If he's not clear, that is your answer. Then you need to lean back. You need to freaking lean back. And don't be scared of the unknown of what might happen. See, it shocks me when women go to the market. You want to buy something, you want to buy a wig, you're chatting with a wig seller on Instagram, and you negotiate this thing from 100K down to 40K. You can price, you can negotiate. But when it comes to your heart, you just play cheap. You don't know how to negotiate. And I understand why. It's because of your emotions. Your emotions have gotten into the equation there, right? And men know how to test you. They know how to test your boundaries. They know how to test it. They know how to give you, okay, she should go collect this one. She should go collect that one. The more you collect, the more it's going to bring. So being too nice too early on and always being available, it goes off for 1 week, doesn't call you, then it comes back and acts like nothing's wrong. But because you are emotionally starved and because you thought you had lost him, but now you're like, okay, so I didn't lose him. He's back. Instead to really question him, I'm not saying question him like fight, but instead to really get clarity or demand for clarity, you just sweep everything under the carpet. Don't sweep it under the carpet, because doing that for too long is just gonna make him continue offering that bullshit. He's not going to see any reason to change, right? If it's not going to work, then you know early on. But now you're beginning to base your own emotional health on somebody's mood swings, right? You should be nice, but you should be firm at the same time, because at the end of the day, it is the value you place on yourself that he's going to work with. If you don't value yourself, he's going to go out there and continue hunting for a woman who probably values herself. Don't play that game. You just met this guy, right? And you guys are vibing. Now, because you are not a robot, body no be firewood, you have open leg for him, you guys have had sex. Okay. Now before he was the one calling you, before he was the one pushing. Like I always say, before sex, it's the man saying, oh, baby, now what's up now? I want to see you. It's almost like the man is the one saying, what are we? Right? Like, I want to know, he wants to know his position because he wants to get sex. But once he gets the sex, and then he now wants to be like, make I just the chop, they go without committing. You are now the one that will be saying, what are we? Now, you start calling and you start checking up all the time. You make excuses for him, you blow up his phone, the replies are not coming as they should. You know that normally when he sees a missed call or two, he'll call you back. Now you drop 2 missed calls at 2 p.m. It's already 10 p.m. at bedtime. He has not even reached out at all. And he's posting on his WhatsApp status. You have to realize that at this point, this guy is changing the tempo. That energy he came with is beginning to reserve some in his back pocket. And you have to act accordingly. You need to stop calling. You need to stop texting. You need to lean back. You need to, if your absence cannot speak to him, then your presence is not going to do shit. Flag day, you fool everywhere. But you say, no, you're colorblind, this is gray flag. But it's clearly red flag. You get into something with him. You guys have amazing chemistry. It makes you feel wanted. It gives you attention. His actions are speaking what you want, but his words are not matching, but you're still matching on, going on into it, right? And you ask him about, do you have a girlfriend? He says, I don't have a girlfriend. It's complicated. I'm still talking to my ex. I just can't let her go like that. You're saying all these things, but you've wanted to be desired for so long, and you just love the look in his eyes when he's looking at you like he desires you. So you decide to go to it. Now, if you knowingly walk into disaster, karma is not going to save you, and karma probably will not do shit to him. Maybe not because of you, because he has told you the facts of the case. It's a different thing if he lies to you. But if he tells you, oh, this is what you are walking into, this is the condition you are walking into, and you still walk into it, then I don't think on your particular case, karma will deal with him. No, if it's that he now says, oh, I love you, you are the only one, you're my baby girl, he clearly deceived you, then karma will come and catch you. But he told you, this is the terms and conditions. No, I'm not into anything right now. I still have somebody on the side. You still see that every Friday he goes missing till Monday afternoon. All those things are there, but you still knock it inside. I know a lady one time who cried to me and said, my boyfriend just got married. My boyfriend just got married. It was a friend that actually came to me. My boyfriend just got married. Talk to her. The tension, I'm like, okay, speak. My boyfriend just got married. I just saw it. When I looked into the facts of the case, she's been dating the guy for 2 years. She's never even been to the guy's house. Not once. She doesn't know anybody that knows the guy. Nobody. And the guy has friends, the guy posts on. So she knows those people on social media, but they're not born her. She didn't dare to reach out to any of them. The guy told her not to try it. Not his siblings, not his friends, not his mentors, nobody. And then 2 years, she never been to the guy's house. And they're in the same Lagos here. They're not far from each other, but she never visited his house. Right? The guy will go missing sometimes for 1 week, one whole week. Sometimes the guy will just drop a text. I'll get back to you. Then you now marry. You now say my boyfriend married. No, that was not your boyfriend. That was your knack friend. And they married, but she wanted to live in denial. Now, I'm not hailing the guy. The guy messed up. That's his classic F-boy. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting, what the guy did, because I don't even understand that. Why are you stringing this girl on for 2 years when you clearly know you don't have any plans for her? It's really a psychological problem that some Nigerian guys have. And it's not Nigerian guys that do it, I'm sure. Whatever part of the world you're watching this from. We know, like saying only us, they Chris. It's all over the world, people do it. But it is really bullshit, because there are so many girls who are ready to play. There are girls you sleep with today, they won't even call you back. You yourself will be wondering, shey na me knack the girl, the girl knack me. They are ready to play. They're in that phase where they want to play. But for some guys, it's the one that they must break her ass that they will go for. Please don't let yourself fall into that position. So costly mistake, like I said, is making decisions based on what you wish instead of what you see. Look, I'd rather you meet a guy today. There's so much chemistry. You guys are together talking. We've been speaking on phone all night, and it's been 3 weeks. It's been 5 weeks. I'd rather you end everything then, because it's not as painful as waiting for 10 months. When you now spread your leg, they've hung you to the wall. They don't rail you like something where you don't even understand. You're now bonded now. You have to unbond. No, 5 weeks is still better than after 10 months. So open your eyes, okay? I don't want to be hearing, oh, why is it me? Why am I always in a situationship? There's a pattern. There is a pattern. If I sit down with you and we go over your last 5 situationships, we'll see that there's a pattern that you are just insisting on not recognizing the pattern. Anyway, ignoring the signs. Recognize foul play for what it is, right? You can make excuses if you like somebody. I always say that. I don't believe if you meet a guy and he's nonchalant, you should just walk away. If you meet a guy and he maybe does something, even in some cases, maybe he tries to touch you and earlier than you would have wanted, it doesn't necessarily mean he doesn't like you. Men are very sexual, but you need to open your eyes and be sharp. It is the same moves that the real guy will play that the F-boy too is going to play. The signs don't lie. If a man values you, he would not be neglecting you in any way. It is up to you to make him respect and value you, but chasing him up and down is not the way to go about it. Look, no woman has ever chased a guy and the guy changed his mind because of how aggressive she chased him. How aggressively she pursued him. It's not possible. It is women that like to be pursued. But when you pursue a guy, it's screaming desperation. It's giving not valuing yourself. And a man loves you only with the value you place on yourself. Okay? That's why you see some girls who we think are not so beautiful, but they'll land a guy that even beautiful girls are not landing. Why? Because she valued herself. And men, even though we are visual, but energetically we feel it when a woman knows her worth. Okay? The more you talk, the less he hears. You have asked all the questions in this world. You have given all the expression. It's not about what you say anymore. It's not about what you say. Women think you can penetrate a guy's call just because you churn out 1,000 words a minute. No. Man, we have coconut head. We know they hear you. We're not hearing what you're saying. So earlier you shut up and keep quiet and let your actions speak, the better. Otherwise, it's going to start feeding his ego off your desperation. I have said it before. Lean back. Lean back. You are not silly because you fell for him, but you'll be careless if you have seen all these worrisome signs, but you still continue to say, no, my fault, my fault. I understand your emotions are so overpowering, but, auntie, you are not a tree. You have to do something about it here. And besides, you just met this guy at a friend's wedding barely 3 weeks ago now. So where's this love that you are screaming? Don't go and carry a mountain you're supposed to climb over. I wrote that in this book. You see why you have to get this book and read it? And if you're ready before, read it again. This is going to change your mindset. Always looking for closure. The closure you need. Let me give you that closure here now. He walked into your life. He gave you high energy, gave you attention, desired you like you have longed to be desired for so long. And it made you feel so good inside. The butterflies were buzzing. Amazing. And then along the line, after seeing you, finish was entering, getting more familiar with you, probably sleeping with you, and the mystery that he had in his head, he became demystified, right? The calls were much. You guys were all over each other. He now started to have a change of thought. Like, okay, I've seen. You see, men are like Google. They like to continue search. They like to search and search and search. So as he has seen you and demystified you, he's like, okay, let me go and search for the next mystery. He's looking for the next high. I know you're not happy about it. I'm not happy about it too. But it is what it is. If you meet a guy there are people who meet, right? I've seen couples who meet today. They start talking. man and woman love at first sight, they start talking. Some people, I even see some people that sleep with each other on the first day and they marry and they're happy. It's jealous for them, ni. But for some people, you know, they jealous. Like I said, the good guy and the F-boy is the same moves they will play. So, yeah, you have to analyze this situation. You are seeking closure, but you cannot get closure from the same person that is hurting you. What kind of closure? Have you not realized that you want to talk about it, but when you pick up the phone and call him, blow up his phone, he finally picks, and you have that conversation, you talk everything. Tell me how many times you get more clarity than before that call. 10 out of 10 times, you don't get more clarity. Don't worry. By the time you drop that call, you are still like this, like you're still looking for the answer. So no, you have to stab his ego by pulling back. You know, at this point, you've given him the sex, and men are highly motivated by their sex drive or by their ego. You've given him the sex, and his ego is now beginning to bask like, yeah, I am the man, lean back, sister, lean back. I'm not going to go too much into it. Get this book and read it now. The link is going to be somewhere below. Don't subscribe if you have not subscribed. Don't subscribe. Bye-bye.